I will start. I'm Sally Gaer, and thank you for hearing what we have to say today. Our 24-year-old daughter, Margaret, began having seizures at 4 hours after her 4-month DPT shot. Her first seizure lasted over 1 hour, and we almost lost her. Her seizure frequency increased her first year, and we began her lifelong trial of seizure medications, starting with phenobarbital, which she is allergic to, continuing through countless other medications. She is now on 4 anticonvulsant medications: Depakote, Salantin, Onfi, which is a federally controlled substance, and stiripentol, also known as Diacomit. The stiripentol is not FDA approved, but we receive it under the FDA's Compassionate Use Clause. She was put on many medications as a child that were not FDA approved for children. She was basically a human guinea pig. Side effects, especially with these combined medications, include liver damage, behavior problems, constipation, and sleep disturbances. She takes 2 other prescription medications to counteract some of these side effects. Contrast those with the side effects of cannabis, which are actually improved cognitive abilities, improved digestion, and mood. We have run out of FDA-approved and non-FDA approved medications for Margaret. She had a vagus nerve stimulator implanted at the age of 11 before they were approved for use in children. She continues to have more than 3 seizures weekly. Very rarely do we experience a full night's sleep. In 2006, she was diagnosed with Dravet syndrome, a rare and catastrophic form of epilepsy, and she was almost 17 years old. Margaret will never drive. She will never live independently. She will never get married. And she will never have my grandchildren. She is at risk for SUDEP every minute of every day. The leading epilepsy-related cause of death is believed to be sudden, unexplained death in epilepsy, known as SUDEP. This frightening reality is too often hidden or ignored because the topic is difficult to discuss and the cause is unknown. We've been following the progress of Charlotte Figge and Zach-I Jackson, 2 children in Colorado who have seen tremendous seizure reduction with an oil made from cannabis. Zach-I celebrated 17 months seizure-free yesterday. This is something we never imagined possible for our daughter. We did not immediately move to Colorado because we wanted to determine if this was just a short-term treatment for a long-term problem. Charlotte and Zach-I continue to flourish with few seizures and gains in cognitive development. I am in communication with other Dravet families who have recently begun treatment with cannabis oil, and they are seeing slow and steady reduction of seizures. We have no desire to move to Colorado. We love Iowa, our families are here, our friends are here. Steve's job and position as mayor of West Des Moines is here, our church is here, and our caregivers are here. We want the ability to have cannabis as a treatment option for Margaret in Iowa. We want this option available for other Iowans as well who suffer from life-threatening, debilitating diseases. The medical evidence is overwhelming that cannabis has accepted medical benefit. Epileptic patients are witnessing miracles with cannabis in the form of oil, edible, pill, juiced, or vaporized. Little Iowan Maggie Zelmeski moved to Colorado in November and has seen a 30% reduction in seizures and improved strength from cannabis oil. The healing potential for this plant is so amazing it is even patented under several United States patents. There's still time in this legislative session to do something to help Iowa's most medically fragile. Where there is a will, there is a way. I beg you to please be creative and be a hero before the November elections. 20 states and the District of Columbia have already legalized medical cannabis. This is not something new, and Iowa is way behind. There are at least 15 states with legislation pending in 2014 for medical cannabis, and Iowa is not on that list. Finally, Dr. Sanjay Gupta, Chief Medical Correspondent for CNN, wrote the following in August 8, 2013. I had steadily reviewed the scientific literature on medical marijuana from the United States and thought it was fairly unimpressive. Reading these papers 5 years ago, it was hard to make a case for medical marijuana. I even wrote about it in a Time magazine article back in 2009. Well, I am here to apologize. I apologize because I didn't look hard enough. Until now, I didn't look far enough. I didn't review papers from smaller labs in other countries doing some remarkable research, and I was too dismissive of the loud chorus of legitimate patients whose symptoms improved on cannabis. I mistakenly believed the Drug Enforcement Agency listed marijuana as Schedule I substance because of sound scientific proof. Surely they must have quality reasoning as to why marijuana is in the category of the most dangerous drugs that have, quote, no accepted medicinal use and a high potential for abuse, unquote. They didn't have the science to support that claim, and I now know that when it comes to marijuana, neither of those things are true. It does not have a high potential for abuse, and there are very legitimate medical applications. In fact, sometimes marijuana is the only thing that works. We have been terribly and systematically misled for nearly 70 years in the United States, and I apologize for my own role in that. Thank you.
Thank you, Sally.